was taken all the way back in 2005. The question happens to be, what were they preparing for? Were they preparing for the C-19, or were they preparing for something else altogether that we have not seen yet?
I talked with Dale Bohannon, whom I've known since, I guess, the mid-1980s. And he told me something very interesting that he found back in the fall of 2000 while he was on a business trip. Listen to this, folks.
I was pulled to the side road, which was a new cut gravel dirt road in front of a business, a builder supply business, actually top-notch builder supply in Madison, Georgia. To my right, this was previously was a soybean field, and this little new cut road divided this field, and the right side of the road was filled with which I thought was portable toilets. I never looked at them that close. Same in color, maybe black, but which was an odd color. And I was sitting there going over my notes, and a van pulled alongside of me that turned out to be the property owner. And he greeted me, and he was by himself, and so we had a good little dialogue there, and I asked him about the field of black boxes. What were they? Because I'd never seen anything like that, and his statement was that if he told me, I would be one of few people in Madison, Georgia that knew about them. And he says they're disposable coffins, I believe he told me. And he says there's 100, at that time, he said there was 125,000 there. And they were stacked, he told me, 15 high. I asked him who owned them, and he stated that the CDC owned them and that they were leasing his land for storage. And he said his brother worked with the CDC in Atlanta and had been asked by the CDC to do a 3-year extension to place temporary morgues all across the nation.
So in January of this year, 2005, we decided to drive to beautiful Madison, Georgia, and take a look for ourselves. It was on a Sunday and no one was around, with the exception of this one pickup truck that was coming out the narrow road that we were going in on next to this field. We flagged down the pickup truck, and it was providential that the driver of this pickup truck turned out to be the son of the man that owned this field. So naturally, we started asking him questions. And he told us that not long ago, there had been as many as 500,000 of these grave liners or disposable coffins. We asked him for permission if we could look around, and he said yes, so we did.
We're just getting an idea for the size of these boxes. What could these boxes be used for? Well, they're called casket liners. And that's an interesting term, isn't it? It's a casket liner. When I first heard the term casket liner, I thought perhaps a lining for a casket. But this is too big to be on the inside of a casket. So certainly this could be used as a casket. This is an inexpensive casket. And you can see the size here. There's lots of room. I think my friends here, we could all probably get inside, and it might be a little cozy, but we'd fit just fine. Which tells me that these liners can be used for more than just one. And one more time, what kind of liners are these?
Casket liners.
These are casket liners.
That's what the man said.
That's what the man told us. And we're told that there were about 500,000 out here.
So researching this further online, I found this article right here where even Snopes had gotten involved. And this article continues to say from spectatornews.com, in 2008, at the beginning of the Obama administration, rumors began circulating about a strange scene found in a field just off the highway in Madison, Georgia. According to Snopes, the Federal Emergency Management Agency was preparing for a potential revolt by building internment camps called FEMA camps and stockpiling 500,000 plastic coffins. Continuing to read this further, it says Obama allegedly ordered $1 billion of cheap coffins, storing them in a nondescript field in Georgia. Aerial shots show stacks upon stacks of coffins amid the trees, and theorists believe this is part of a countrywide effort to combat a future American revolt. Snopes reported Obama has been operating behind the scenes to prepare action in case of an American revolt that will not only quash a revolution, but end the lives of many of its participants. They were also quoted as saying, during the course of the revolts, many will lose their lives both in battle and in camps, an inevitable circumstance Obama is already preparing for. This was the rumor, and of course, as always, Snopes goes ahead and debunks it. It says, although Snopes debunks this theory by explaining the plastic coffins have been stored on leased land by their manufacturers since the 1990s, Alt News says these coffins are connected with 800 concentration camps throughout the country. In this case, should martial law be implemented, illegal aliens or revolutionaries will be rounded up and held in these detention centers by FEMA. Alt News says this can be done with signatures from the president and the attorney general. Now, of course, something like this did not happen during the Obama administration, but maybe it was. Maybe we were heading there. They were going to release some kind of news or something that was going to upset a lot of people and start this mass protest. And given the fact that the video clip I played showing the coffins took place in the early 2000s before Obama became president, then perhaps every administration has something like this as a backup plan in case a mass revolutionary protest does break out and they have to release these FEMA camps. Something both Bush administrations had access to, the Clinton administration, the Obama administration, the Biden, Trump, and so forth. Yes, Snopes says that these were on leased land by the manufacturers since the 1990s, and that may be true, but they never state what the purpose of these were for. In this next creepy video,